the center of the universe and the Thrive15.com world headquarters.
Let's go!
Presenting the world's only business school without the BS with optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrive Time Show on Talk Radio 1170. 3, 2, 1, boom!
All right, what's up, Thrive Nation? Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show during your drive time home. For many of you, this is sort of like your audio dojo of mojo, kind of like your mobile library, where you go in and you're on your way home and you're going, I've had a tough day and I'm looking for something positive, something that can give me a little boost, something that I can learn something, maybe a show where I can get that business school without the BS. And yes, you have found it. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear. And normally I'm joined here with Dr. Robert Zellner, but today Dr. Z is out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire in a different country at this moment, actually. And so you can't really bring in a substitute for the entrepreneurial legend that is Dr. Zellner. But what you can do is you can bring in a helicopter guru. You can bring in a guy who knows something about taking your family in the air, giving you an amazing light tour. We have today with us, we have the pleasure, Thrivers, to have with us today Mr. Anthony Vendetti, and this is the guy who's out there helping run the production services. It's xmasflights.biz. It's helicopter tours, right?
Absolutely.
Now, first off, how did you get into the helicopter industry? Were you just out, kind of saying to yourself, someday I want to fly helicopters, or when did you get into that industry?
Well, I knew from a long time ago when I was young I wanted to get into the helicopter industry. I loved it. My father's been a pilot, and I've known about helicopters since I was a kid.
When was the first time? How old were you when you first went in a helicopter?
I was about 10 years old.
10 years old, and now it's a business.
Absolutely.
And so if somebody's listening right now, we're going to get into today's training in just a minute, but for someone who's listening right now and they go, I don't know if I want to become a helicopter pilot, but I maybe do I want to fly in the helicopter. I want to actually get up there in the air with you. I want to take one of those tours. What is the lowest cost? If someone's on a budget this holiday season, what is the absolute lowest cost somebody can pay to get in the air with you and do an amazing tour of Tulsa?
We can get them in as low as $30 a person.
$30? That's like I don't know, Sam, our producer, can you buy a fitted, a flat bill hat for $30 now? You don't think so? This just did. We doesn't think so. So this Thrivers. And are you going to remember that hat? No, you're not going to remember that hat. You need to take your hat money this holiday season and divert it to the helicopter fund. And have you ever had anybody who's got off the helicopter and said, okay, I went up there to xmasflights.biz. I booked my ticket and I went up in the air and they didn't come down slightly wowed. Has it ever happened where they're not slightly wowed?
No.
It's a done deal.
Absolutely.
So Thrivers, if you're listening right now, get up there, check it out. Be a hero. Be a holiday hero. Take your family on an amazing light tour. Go to xmasflights.biz, fill out the form, $30 a person, you're up in the air.
Absolutely.
And you've got tours like an hour-long tour maybe people can do too if they're wanting to kind of upgrade a little bit too?
Absolutely. We go anywhere from, 5 to 6 minutes all the way up to an hour-long flight.
What kind of things are you going to fly over?
We fly over things like Rama.
The Rama lights?
Absolutely.
Oh, sick.
Over to Honor Heights.
Really?
Absolutely. Paragon.
Do you ever fly over the Arkansas River? Do you ever fly around the City of Faith building? Can you do that? Is that?
Yes. Part of one of our tours, we actually take you downtown, and we fly in and out of the buildings downtown. A lot of people love that.
You're getting me motivated. Okay. Well, I tell you what now, Thrivers, today we're talking about the 5 S's. I've been doing vocal exercises all day getting ready for this. The 5 S's. We're talking about how to create a remarkable customer service experience, how to do it. There's 5 ways to do it. So if you're driving home, you shouldn't text and drive. You certainly shouldn't drive with your knees and then write while driving. But we encourage you to take notes. And if you missed a step, go to thrivetimeshow.com where you can flip it and reverse it, hear it back again. You can pause it. It's thrivetimeshow.com. You're going to love it. But here we go. The first S is smells. Now, what do you mean smells? Well, if you own a business, see, people don't realize this. My background as the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year, it didn't happen just me being lucky, okay? My first company is called DJ Connection, and we booked weddings. Now, I just want to ask you this here, Mr. Helicopter Guru. Do you think men or women typically plan the wedding? From your life experience, what do you think?
Women.
Yeah, so women. So I had to quickly recognize that my office needed to smell, that female smell? Well, there's got to be like potpourri, and Sam's married. He knows what I'm talking about, where it's all like there's loofah everywhere, and it's all this vanilla bean, all these essential oils. And all. I had to make my office, and I officed out of my house. So I had to make my house smell like a chick palace, like it was like a Bed Bath & Beyond or something. And then I had to change the music to like, as a dude, at the time I was listening to like rap music or AC/DC or just dude music. Cause I'm TNT, But the ladies, they want like Michael Bublé. Just the way you look tonight. I had to change the whole atmosphere to be total palace for the ladies, the princess palace. I had to change my mojo, and I get that smell game on. Because when the brides would come to my house to book their wedding, they would reject the wedding because the couple, and I'm not kidding, I lost a couple deals over this. The couple that came before them maybe was like a chain smoker, or maybe just smelled like he'd been working out all week, and I didn't have any smells going. So you'd walk into the office, a small office, like a 10 by 10, 10 by 12 office, and it just smells like the human body. And when you go in and your office smells like the human body, it does not inspire confidence. And so one day I was at Starbucks, and I'm reading this book called Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz, and I recognized my office doesn't have an intentional smell to it. But in Pour Your Heart Into It by Howard Schultz, he says this, we aren't in the coffee business serving people. We're in the people business serving coffee. And he goes on to explain how the aroma has to be right. The decor has to be right. The whole atmosphere has to be right, or people won't want to pay a premium for coffee. And so I'm going, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I gotta fix this game. And so I had to get into total chickdom, get into that inner estrogen and fix that. So if you're listening right now, Thrivers, think about your business, think about your office, think about your ideal and likely buyer. If you're selling to men who are like bodybuilders, make your office look and smell like bodybuilders. I want to ask you though, when you're up in the air, is it an exhilarating experience? How would you describe, for someone who's never been up in the air and has never maybe smelled it, seen it, been around it, they've never been inside the helicopter, talk to me about what does it feel like for the person who's up in the air for the first time?
It is very magical for somebody for the first time. The smells are hard to explain. You just have to experience it.
Do you cue up music? Are you playing like, some kind of, do you have kind of some music playing as you're up there in the air? Or is it like holiday music, or do you have no music at all because it's so loud? Or what's it?
No, there's no music being played. What you're going to hear is the blades chopping through the wind in the air. You'll hear a little bit of a whine, howl coming, noise coming through the turbine engine.
Do you have headphones on? Are you wearing like some kind of headphones for people?
No, there's no headphones in the helicopter. I mean, we do have them, but on the Christmas tours, we don't use them. It is quiet enough that you can talk to the person sitting next to you, your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend or your children. You can talk to them.
Are you giving people like a tour where you're like, ladies and gentlemen, if you look to the left there, you're going to see a sod farm, which is Oklahoma's number one tourist attraction, a sod farm out there in Bixby. I mean, do you do those little tour kind of moves? Do you tell people about things? Or?
No, when the pilot is flying, with the noise, with him sitting in the front, there's really not any way for him to turn around or to even talk loud enough because he is constantly listening to the radio for traffic. There's other helicopters up flying, so he stays pretty busy keeping everybody safe.
So you're not going to go back there and play chess with people while you're up in the air?
No.
Okay. Now, if anyone just now tuning in, we have today a very special guest. We have Anthony Vendetti, okay? This guy, he works with Production Services. What do? They do helicopter tours all over Tulsa, and this is the holiday season. I mean, there has never been a better time to get your body inside a helicopter than right now. You go to xmasflights.biz. That's xmasflights.biz. You go up there, and did you say for $30 we can do a entry-level helicopter tour?
Yes, we can.
$30?
$30.
I can't buy a flat bill Tom Brady hat for that.
No,
I know I shipped one in for over $30. That's a beautiful deal. I'm almost overwhelmed by the glory of this deal. Now, Thrivers, if you're listening right now, we are talking today about the 5 S's of how to create a remarkable customer service experience. So if you're listening right now, I want you to think about this little stat here for you, okay? I want you to Google this. I want you to believe that I don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and Google the phrase Net Promoter Score. Net Promoter Score. I like to refer to this as the not promoter score, okay? But on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate how wowed your customers are, okay? Because statistically, if you look up the stats, you're going to see it. Most businesses never get into the wow zone, which is like a 9 or a 10. So on a scale of 1 to 10, very few people get into a 10 where they wow the customer. And you know why? Because we're only satisfying the customer. So you have to ask a customer on a scale of 1 to 10, how wowed are you? If a customer says a 9 or a 10, that's a wow. That's a net promoter score. That means your business is going to get word of mouth. And if you had to think about Thrivers right now, think about the companies that have a high net promoter score. Thrivers, I want you to think about this right now. If you had to guess, what are the companies in the world right now that have the highest net promoter scores? What are the ones that do? Because most companies don't. I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples right now. When you hear them, you're going to go, oh, it's obvious. That's obvious. Obviously, I could have guessed that. 1, is it Southwest Airlines or is it American? Southwest for 500 points. Bang. Is it Quick Trip or is it Shell? Bing, bing, Quick Trip. Is it Starbucks or is it, you go, I knew that. Well, what is it about Quick Trip that makes Quick Trip better than Shell? And what is it about someone's listening going, I own Shell stock. Quit saying that. Okay, fine. Maybe you like Shell bathrooms. You're the only person in Tulsa who enjoys going in there. They're giving you some kind of like a tire that's attached to a key so you don't run off with it. You walk in there and it smells like a third world country. I'm talking about a Shell bathroom. Thrivers, when we come back, we're going to teach you how to take your customer service to the next level. All right, Tulsa, and welcome back to the left coast of the Arkansas River. You are listening to the Thrive Time Show, where we're broadcasting from the Dojo of Mojo within the friendly confines of the box that rocks. It's Tulsa's only local business radio show. It is the Thrive Time Show, and it is the only business school without the BS. You know how you went to business school, you went to college, and some guys up there talking about chlorophyll and papyrus and humanities and psychology. And then after 2 years of that, you finally get to start talking about business. And then you graduate with a degree, and then you realize that no employers really care. That's not what this show is. This show is to teach you specific things that you can apply in your life and in your business right now to make copious amounts of cash. If you implement what we're teaching you, our goal is to help you have huge amounts of success. And so we only bring on the show real business owners. These aren't guys who are speculating about owning a business or running one or working in one. This is real business. It's business time, all right? It's business time here. It's business time on your drive time home here. And so today, Thrivers, as we were thinking about, well, who could fill in? Dr. Zellner is out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire. He's not here. He's actually out of the country expanding his empire. And so we thought about, who could we have on the show? Who could we have on the show that can bring the funk and the fire that the Thrivers require? We decided we're going to bring on Mr. Anthony Vendetti. This guy works with production services, and rumor has it you actually fly helicopters. Is that true?
Yes, I am in the process of learning.
You're learning the dark art of helicopter flying.
Yes, sir, I am.
And you work with a company that's what you do, is you give helicopter tours?
Yes, sir.
Now, if someone's listening right now, what does that cost? I mean, if I say, tell me the steps. If I'm listening right now and I want to schedule a helicopter tour for the holidays, what does it cost? What are my steps?
Well, your first step would be you can get on our website, productionairservices.com.
Productionairservices.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can go to xmasflights.biz.
Okay. So I go to xmasflights.biz. And
yes.
Once I go there, what happens?
It brings up a page and it shows you all of our tours that we offer. We offer 5 different tours.
Oh, wow.
It has prices, the length of each tour, and it gives a description of where that particular tour takes you.
Now, if I'm listening right now and I'm sort of a skeptic, I go, I don't know whether I really want to take a holiday light tour. I'm tuning in because you're talking about the 5 S's, how to create a remarkable customer service experience. And I heard your training of S number 1 on smells, and I love that. I'm going to go back to my office tomorrow and be intentional